Mine isn't.
Lieutenant Vogel, hit the brakes as hard as you can.
Fuck.
Well, we are
I
live,
sure.
unfortunately. So, uh,
Captain's log supplemental stardate 49047.5. Captain David Perone reporting. The USS Navajo is currently en route to the Z09 surplus depot, better known as the Boneyard in the Vasueta system. While the timing of the distress call we received was remarkably suspect, Starfleet General Orders do require us to respond as soon as we are able to ascertain the emergency, whether or not it exists. We will continue our investigation into uh, the mysterious probe we encountered near the Nauru colony and log.
okay. Um, with that, currently, you guys are on your way to the depot. Given that there was a distress call um, from said location. With that, I will give you guys, since you're on your way, a little time for either RP or to conduct a continuing investigation while you are heading towards that system.
Vogel's probably going to pull up what is known about the system, like how many planets, any interesting interstellar objects in it, any hazards noted.
I'm going to kind of watch in on that because she's a pro and she knows a lot about that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of want to see from the TAC point of view. So I'm looking at the same data.
Okay. Well, give me a reason plus science, difficulty of 2.
Um, Astronavigation or stellar cartography focus.
I will take stellar cartography.
Huzzah! I'm guessing we don't have 4 momentum.
No, we do not.
All right, take a threat. Ship assist.
Computers. I'm gonna do that. Computer science. Yep.
Oh, I'll get it.
Oh.
Maybe I shouldn't have.
Sometimes the ships needs a little love, Captain.
Well, we put all that work into the new
The new,
sensor suites and I thought we added the. That's where we added the stellar. interstellar cartography or something to this ship.
I don't think we did. I think we added a captain's yacht, if I recall correctly.
Oh, I wasn't serious about the captain's yacht.
I thought you guys did as well. Thought I dragged it over.
Either way, it's not. It's not in our. It's not among our talents.
Well, stellar cartography, I don't believe was ever a starship talent. It's just a place you might tap into something like advanced sensors or, you know, similar systems. I don't know if 2E has it designated as a specific starship talent.
But we added something that would make that I remember would make our helmsman very happy. But whatever we did, it didn't end up on the character sheet.
I do see the saucer separation special rule. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Right. Maybe it was just Khan was raised up by one. RCS is
No,
the
no. There
talent
is.
that-
I believe there is actually a.
Well, oh, it was the astromet. It wasn't at the astrometrics facilities that we were at.
Was it?
It was.
I mean, I
something,
know that.
it was something that was going to make you happy. You make you one happy helms person.
I mean, I know the GM graced us with a very beautiful looking stellar cartography lab.
Well, that's what sophisticated astrometrics facilities is in the 2E book. I just noticed it's not on the ship sheet.
It might have been something we were talking about when we got those upgrades for the last arc. But at any rate, the role I got, I'm just going to note for later, or if it becomes relevant.
All right. Anything anybody else wants to do?
Yeah, I don't really need to make a roll for this, but like her, I'm looking at the system, but I'm looking at it from a tack point of view. You know, we're walking into a pond, want to familiarize myself with the pond. So I'll look at, details about this, the various objects within the system and planets and all that kind of good stuff. So I have a
You may want to get with Vogel for that.
I will. I will actually just down at her station. I'll send that I'm looking into it as well. If you want to send me any of your analysis, I can use that for TAC purposes. If we, bump into trouble.
Yeah, I'll just send this to your console if I can
Yeah.
find
Oh,
it
she
in
does
my
that
list.
quietly. She just taps it in so it appears on your console, and you can send it up to her.
Actually, I'll do this. Uh-oh. Message too long.
Well, out of curiosity, Peron's gonna. It is a Starfleet depot, yeah.
It is.
Then Peron wants to pull up the latest update on the depot's inventory, see if there's something that might be of particular interest that might have driven, that might have attracted pirates or something.
Reason con difficulty 2.
Well, I guess I'm gonna give you another threat because I don't have. There's don't have any momentum to spend.
Not the 10 threat point.
Ah, yeah, I'm a reroll. So just enjoy the complication.
As you look through it, it is an extremely long list of what's there. Currently, the boneyard houses over 117 vessels. Couple uh, essentially stations that were mothballed. But other than that, um, you don't see anything out of the ordinary, except you do see in the boneyard um, an older Excelsior class that's been sort of repaired ish.
I take it this is like a shipbreaker facility.
Think more of it as a reserve yard.
I see.
So it has technically two functions. It houses older starships. A lot of times they um, salvage useful parts of it and they just let it sit there in space. Um, Older ones like they can never like ones that can be resurfaced. They try to maybe resurface them a little bit, and then they might send it to Utopia, Planitia, or someplace else to get um, repaired and retrofitted and then brought back to life. Other times they scrap it for usable material.
Mhm.
And some of the stuff just sits there and waits and waits and waits.
I have a question. Do they anchor each of the mothballed ships by a buoy, or do they just pick a point and it's deep space and sorry, it's in the system?
It's in the system, so it is marked, cataloged, and
But there's no buoy next to each particular vessel, right?
no.
I wonder. Okay.
Mr. Knox, is there anything in the security updates in that system for the last 90 days or so?
Let's take a look. I was looking at the layout of the system. Lots of places for people to hide. What do you want me to roll, GM?
Um, you could take the information and guess. There's really no role for that.
Okay. I'll just take a look at it and see if there's anything like the captain requested in the last 90 days that jumps out at me. But if I don't see anything, I'll say nothing on the surface, sir.
Very good. Does this particular outpost in the file on it, GM, uh, is there a caretaker crew around? Is the place automated?
There is a caretaker crew, and a lot of it is automated, but there are. It's a very small crew, but yes, there is crew.
Mr. Knox, as soon as we're in range, see if you can raise the depot on subspace.
Absolutely, sir. As soon as we're in range, I punch the call.
I mean, you're within range.
Hit it.
You get no response.
No response, sir.
All right. Well, we have several hours before we get there. I suggest everyone get some rest.
I believe that's a good
Grab
idea.
a bite to eat and grab 40 winks while we have time.
I agree. I'll take that file that Vogel gave me and just check out for 40 winks. I'll read it before I hit the sack and get some shut eye in case this goes crazy.
Crone will split the 14 hours with Van Dyer and trade off taking the con.
Hmm. Yup.
I'll put whoever is good on tactical to cover my position, while I'm resting. So
Well, if there is nothing else, we can move to the next scene if you guys want.
Sure.
that works.
Yeah.
The Navajo comes out of warp at the edge of the system after uh, essentially 14 hours after you originally received the distress signal.
Well, let's take a let's approach with caution, Mr. Vogel. Yellow alert, Mr. Korea. Let's get a scan of the system. See what the issue is.
You want me to try comms again, sir?
Couldn't hurt.
Okay. Punch it
Are
again.
we in visual range?
You're at the edge of the system, so you get no response from the depot. Korea comes back. Captain, I'm detecting multiple vessels around the Vasuda 3 planet, which is where the depot is located, sir.
Any vessels that aren't supposed to be there?
I am detecting 127 vessels, sir.
I take it that's significantly more than should be there.
There was a complication.
Do you have the class and identification of those vessels?
Sir, it would take considerable amount of hours to do that.
To designate the ship classes based on the
They're-
scan?
Sir, I would have to scan each individual vessel. We would need to move in within range within the depot to get a more accurate description. These vessels are reading as debris, essentially. They have no active transponder.
I suppose that is identification enough then, for now.
So, your orders.
Oh, it helps when I don't mute my mic. Mr. Vogel, take
It
us
does.
in. Let's go Let's go play a visit to the caretaker crew.
Aye, sir. Setting course to the depot.
Give me just a control con difficulty 1, assisted by engines con. This is more for getting closer to the depot, due to there being a lot of ships around it.
Would you say that I have a risk of colliding?
Yes.
Yay. Take a threat then. I'll reroll the 19 with precision maneuvering. If someone wants to grab the engines,
Oops. Let me see. Engines. Con. Try not to roll a complication.
Why are you rolling the Lafayette?
I have no idea. Had the wrong ship sheet up. Still the wrong ship sheet.
I got it.
Hey, there's our
Sorry.
astrometric. No wonder I couldn't find the astrometric facilities. They had the wrong character. They had the wrong ship sheet up.
The
we
captain's
got a
been
lot of
shopping
talent.
for a new ship.
Are you kidding? How hard would it? How hard would it build up this many talents on a new ship?
Gain 4 momentum, or 4 momentum.
That's a good momentum.
didn't even notice the sophisticated astro message facilities.
All right,
That's what you guys were talking about.
and you guys maneuver into the depot. You can see not only on the sensors but also like on the view screen that there is several hull breaches.
Hull breaches in.
On the depot.
Can I analyze those? I'm an expert on munitions and I'm a rating 4 engineer. Can I take a shot at figuring out what did that?
Be reason science difficulty of 2. System by the ship's
Reasons,
sensor science.
um, okay, I'll take a shot at it. Or actually, I'll just request sensors to do a sweep of those points. Can I ask Kriya to do that?
You'll have to activate her, and someone will have to play her.
Oh, okay. Well, if you guys want this would be me trying to figure out what the hell hit that station. So best way would be for her to activate, make the roll, and then I could look at it from engineering and TAC point of view.
Well, we might as well. We're gonna need a science officer.
Okay.
Another activation of activation number 6 for our location.
Yeah. So Knox will she's a lieutenant, right?
The question is who's going to play Prelia? Because essentially, what the GM was saying is that they'd have to play him for the rest of the scene.
I'll do it. I'm only vaguely familiar. I know she's been our science person, but you know, I'm willing to do it if you guys want me to.
Well, I'm not sure if the GM is going. This would be a question for Kira, but are you going to enforce the one character per scene deal?
Well,
I'm not sure if that's what you're
you can
alluding
only
to or
roll
not.
for one character. Yeah, I'm going to enforce it. But you can only roll for one character during the scene. If you have another character that you're like your player character, you can only speak. You can't roll for them.
Okay. Well, I need to be able to roll in response to what she pulls up, so or my mighty 8-2 science gets rolled, which I'm fine with that. I'm just going to miss some stuff.
We need to recruit a science officer.
I
We
mean,
need more.
and
We
Dyer
need
has
more
a 3 in
players.
science. Vogel has a 4 in science.
I do
Well,
have a
then
good science.
Yeah, if Knox knows that Vogel can handle it,
I
she
mean,
might.
here's what I want to say. Like, you want to make a roll, don't be afraid to make a roll because you don't have like the optimal stats to make the roll.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go for it. And just remember, she's looking at this from the lens of engineering, as in damage to stuff. Here it goes. Number of dice too, and 9 and 4. That's
You
amazing.
were afraid.
I was afraid, but I'm damn well
We
reasonable.
need a ship roll, Captain.
Oh yeah. What are we doing? Science, sensor science.
Yeah.
Oh, good. 2 dice.
Okay, take a look at all the data, see if I can identify what kind of thing or stuff caused the damage here.
Knox, I sent you something.
You did. Okay. It didn't pop up. Apologies. Let me get into your sometimes, you know. Okay. You sent it to me through
Discord.
DM, right?
Yeah.
Discord. Okay.
Now I
For
can
whatever
just send
reason.
it over to the game.
Yes, send it over again. Sorry.
No, I can
It
send it to
didn't
the
pop.
game.
Yeah, send it to the gang. I'm going to share it with them anyway.
I sent it over Foundry, so
Ah, okay.
it would be in your chat.
I'm opening that up right now. Okay. Damage on the station isn't due to weapons fire, sir. It seems like internal explosions, EPS relays. Sounds a bit suspicious.
Life signs.
Life signs. Any of that data come
You're
through
getting
on that
2
scan?
from the ship, so you can spend 1 for obtain information. So it'd be a
Let's do
momentum.
that. Obtain information. I'll just pull up that data from the scan. Any life signs?
I sent it over Foundry, Knox.
Got it. 2 knocks. I have, let's see here. It says um 3 life signs. Sorry, I was anticipating what you were putting up in Navajo.
So yeah, Knox informs you there's three life signs on the station.
What are their conditions, Mr. Knox?
Conditions. I'll spend another obtain information.
Uh,
Well, hopefully we would have gotten that when you detected the life signs.
I would figure I'm just leaving it totally, in the turf of the GM because you guys, it's 2E and I know 1E, so I don't know if there's, maybe there's some subtle thing. I try to let GMs do their thing. Okay, they're faint. I'm detecting fires and toxic gas in the areas that they're at.
Had a character question. That mess on Earth and the concern about changeling infiltration and the new protocols that Cisco set up, are those in place already throughout Starfleet?
yeah.
Good. All right. Let's. If there's no one else in the area, then we're safe to lower our shields and beam them aboard. Mr. Van Dar, would you agree? Would you have them beam directly to sick bay? Let's make sure they are who. Let's make sure they're human or not changelings at any rate.
I will just say this. Transparent reports they are not able to get a proper lock on them.
Why not? Is it fires or
Some sort of
Damn it.
transporter inhibitor is active.
I was muted. I had a prone problem.
Mr. Van Deer, have Vogel pilot a shuttle and take an away team over there.
It will be done. And he'll get up and organize a small team, a couple
want me
security
here?
officers as well.
She'll look down at that, the commander and the captain. You want me here or you want me on that mission?
Go with
I
him.
believe that's a
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a character choice if you want to go on the away team.
Yeah, definitely. But she's just recognizing command, always honor the chain of command, so to speak. But yeah, she'll volunteer. She'll nod at Van Dyer. She always likes going on these kind of things.
As I said, that
well.
would
Come
be
along
Van
then,
Dyer's
Knox.
choice.
Can we leave? I guess you think 2 security officers is enough? Or maybe just 1, so Prone has a character to play?
Well, they're
definitely.
medical emergencies, so
Yeah, I'll take. Wow, we do him a lot. We need to develop some other.
Were you going to take the helmsman?
No, I was going to take a medical officer. I'm just trying to pick one because trying to kind of. Well, Hale is our.
Could take the doctor, like the lead doctor.
I probably wouldn't send my chief medical officer.
Fair enough.
I don't think we have used Karen Price at all. Let me get her
Does
an
not look like it.
activation. Huh?
Oh, shit.
Does not look like it.
No, let's take her. I'll take her. That way, get her an activation and
Development. All right.
Which one's the turbo lift? Is it this one?
I don't know.
That's the captain's office.
That is
No.
the captain's office. I think this is the turbo.
no.
Where's the
Because I
turbo
think
lift?
captain's office is
Okay.
here.
Captain's office is here.
Uh-huh.
Turbo lift is actually. I don't know why the ping's not working. Oops. All right. Turbo lift is there. Captain's office is there.
Mhm.
The head is over here.
That's the head, right on.
Back here goes to the conference rooms.
Ah, okay.
We have 2 conference rooms?
No, it's one. It just does a loop.
I was going to say, eat your heart out, Enterprise.
Eat
It's
your
it's
heart out.
practically the same layout as Enterprise. So
I've always theorized there's some like interior designers that think of how to lay out the interior coloration and stuff for all these ships.
I'm more interested in the carpet flooring. That's just
Yes.
me. I feel like Starfleet would be a bit more utilitarian.
all right. So you're activating Price.
yes.
No one has the talent that makes supporting characters activate twice.
That would be one of the commanding officers, or
Nope.
executive, or the commanding officer, and it's only when they play a supporting character. So
Oh,
There's a talent that you activate somebody twice.
yeah. I can't remember what it's called. The old captain of the Akatsuki game had that.
Well, that's a new one to me.
I can't remember.
It's
cool.
advanced team dynamics. Main character, commanding officer, or executive officer only. First time you introduce a supporting character in a mission, the supporting character may take one additional option to improve the supporting character.
Interesting.
Okay, Vogel just gave me to pilot the shuttlecraft over to the outpost to essentially dock. Give me a control plus con assisted by a shuttlecraft or runabout if you're taking the runabout. Engines con.
All right. Are we maxed on momentum? I don't remember if we moved any up last one.
No, you're that counts accurate.
Okay. I'll take a momentum for third dice. What was the difficulty?
The difficulty is 1.
Okay. I'll still use.
Damn.
Then we need a Wabash. We'll take the Wabash over.
Just don't fly it like a cannonball.
Oof.
Gain 3, so that does max you out. Yeah, you dock with the station. It's relatively small. And you make a seal, and yeah, I step onto the station.
I suspect we're like vac suited EVA.
You would have probably rebreathers on.
Rebreathers, because we know we're going into a situation with toxic gas and possible flames. So,
And the hull breaches.
and I'll bring one of those spray things to put out fires that they have in
A
Star Trek.
Fire extinguisher?
Yeah, the high tech equivalent of whatever they have. I'll grab one of those too.
Donuts to dollars, it's probably still called a fire extinguisher.
Probably. All right. Well, let's make our way in cautiously and with purpose.
Exactly.
As you begin walking through the hallways, you notice, several, debris from consoles exploding. It does look like some of the fire, essentially automated fire systems, did kick in on some parts of the station as you're making your way through.
Lieutenant, what direction is the are those life signs in?
This way, sir. Which way are they, GM?
I will tell you for a momentum.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, sure. We're maxed out, right?
Yeah, we're maxed out, so.
There's 2 in the reactor room and 1 at the command center.
I would wager that reactor room would take priority.
Yes. I agree.
Split up and get them both.
I think that might not be a great idea.
It's Star
At least
Trek. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
So the
all
4
right,
of
we'll
you
head
are
to
heading
the
towards the reactor room.
yes. Unless there's a dissenting opinion to be had.
I'll urge caution because we don't know what's actually causing that transporter jamming that the chief bumped into.
Yep. That is my main worry.
Could be connected to aerosol toxic chemicals that can reflect stuff, but maybe not.
That it could be. I take it you want us to go right here. I guess we'll just continue down the hallway headed towards the reactor.
Bryce is just following along. It seems like I pick a bad day to volunteer for my first away team.
I'm sure you'll get some action yet. Oh wait, we forgot to give up that momentum earlier. There we go.
Yeah.
As we're walking, Price will pull out her medical tricorder and scan for radiation and other harmful toxins that would put the away team at risk.
Sorry, I forgot to set up something, so I'm trying to
No
Yeah,
worries.
no worries.
finish it real quick.
We
It
all
appears we've made it to the end of our pre-generated hallway.
There seems to be a glitch with the holodeck, sir.
Exactly.
Wait,
Price and
doctor, go touch the wall, see what happens.
Price, when you do that scan, also see if any of those anything airborne is in the right chemical family to interfere with transporters. I'm very interested to know why we couldn't log on.
Ooh.
You enter the reactor room, and it's as you open the doors, a greenish kind of smoke kind of flows out into the hallway or into the corridor, and you hear the rumbles of fire and electric discharge, and a alarm going off, which I am not going to play because that will probably annoy your ears. So
I actually kind of like the Star Trek alarms. They sound cool. Anyways,
Then I will join you in imagining them.
all right.
Yeah, before rushing in, I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, Price does want to do that scan.
uh,
Don't forget to check seals on rebreathers.
Yeah, check seals.
the radiation scan or
Yeah, just for she just want to run in there if the green smoke and whatnot is going to kill the away team.
be
reason
like, "Come on, stick."
plus science difficulty of 1.
I will just roll it the flat.
Um, radiation levels are there is radiation. It's you don't want to stay. It's nothing that will kill you right away. You don't want to stay for too long, but there is a reactor leak that needs to be contained.
Fun.
Commander, there's
Oh,
radiation levels in here will become problematic after a while, but we'll be all right as long as we don't stay too long. I'm going to check this. Check the officer over there if someone can run to the other one, and then she will just take off without waiting for Van Dyer's orders.
Okay.
alrighty then. Do we have? Do either of you have medical training?
I'm more of an engineer. I might be able to deal with the leak. That might be a better thing for me.
Do so.
Okay. So
Vogel,
I
you and I will see to the other officer. It's always officers we're saving, never enlisted. Kind of curious.
Well, yeah, the enlisted people just
enlisted
die
are
right away.
smart. Look,
They don't even
enlisted.
leave bodies. I mean, it's amazing.
They just disappear.
This one's enlisted, Chief Petty Officer.
Yeah.
They are enlisted.
Got a CPO.
Apparently, Price is a snob, and she went check the officer and leave you part-time medical
She's a
hacks to look at the enlisted
classist.
person.
Okay, I just need a reason medicine difficulty of 2 to diagnose them.
Okay, well, Price has a focus in diagnosis.
You want Vogel to roll that too, GM?
Yes.
Yeah, you've got me beat on that.
And I will spend a momentum for a third die.
What was difficulty?
2.
Do I?
GM, take a threat, and I'm going to use 2 momentum.
The dreaded 10th threat again. Ooh. Damn.
Get the 2 momentum back. Both of them appear to have been essentially electrocuted. They are both currently alive. They are not in stable condition. They've inhaled a lot of. They would be dead now if wasn't for the fact that they were unconscious, because of the toxic fumes. Because they were unconscious, their respiration levels was lower. But if they do not, their lungs need to be cleared out of the toxic elements. But they have several electric burns and regular plasma burns as well that will need to be treated.
Are they able to be moved?
Nothing. They seem to luck out. Nothing's broken. There is some shrapnel on their bodies, so they do have like some scrapes and bruises and whatnot. But they are very lucky to be alive.
Okay, but there's nothing like pinning them down, keeping them there, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Price
I
will,
think Price.
yeah.
Price is a doctor, right?
Sure. She's an ensign, so maybe.
Dr. Price, we're gonna move them back to the runabout post haste, and so Van Dyer will grab the enlisted on the ground and then start to try and drag
I'm
him
gonna
out.
see if I can take a shot at maybe making this situation a little less lethal.
Yeah.
Well, to essentially stabilize and contain the reactor leak, I'm going to make this one roll, but that's going to be a daring plus engineering difficulty of 4.
Okay. I'm gonna take you up on that. Okay.
And we're dragging the chief here back to at least out of here.
At least out of here.
Fitness plus security or con difficulty of 1.
Fitness. I can get a 13. I'll try it.
They also said fitness con, so I got a 14 technically. But I mean, I'm sure I could assist you.
Okay. What was the difficulty, GM?
1.
One.
One.
Would you
Damn.
would you accept the assist, GM? He grabs the arms, I grab the legs, or something.
Yeah, you can have 1 assist. If you want further assist, it's additional cost of momentum.
Nah, I mean, it's a DC one. I think we got this. Famous last words. Famous last words. Hold on.
Does the roll stand?
I think it does. I do get to add 1 point to the momentum. Oh well, that's assuming.
So it's a difficulty 1. You
Bonus
can
assist.
succeed at cost if you want.
Right. I mean, we can get. Vogel, do you want to gamble it all on your assistance?
Well,
y-
I can't
Vogel
because you
can't.
failed.
yeah.
Oh, is that how that works? Okay. Uh, yeah, I guess we can succeed at cost. Yeah.
Okay.
Does that 1 momentum or 1 threat?
No, there's a complication attached to this.
Oh boy. Okay.
As you pick up the chief petty officer and start carrying him out, you trip over some debris and briefly, stumble into the fire, setting your shoes on fire, which you have to promptly stomp out, singeing your feet. You have a minor burn at your ankles, but you're able to clear them out.
Okay. I'll yeah.
The good
I
news is
will
we get a
use
momentum for
precautions for
that.
that. We do
No,
get
because you
momentum.
succeed at cost.
Yeah, I know. Once per scene, when an ally suffers an injury or the ship suffers a breach, I can prevent it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not going to do that. It's just a minor burn.
Well, it's not like
I
an
was talking back.
injury. It's a minor injury, so they're different. It's
Gotcha.
like
It's
you
just
have a complication trait, is what you have. It's not affecting you entirely negatively.
it's like descriptive.
Well, sort of. Like, so if you try to move, carry out, the other injured crewman or officer here, you're gonna have an increased complication range of 1.
I see.
I guess my question is does his backup plans fire
No,
if he succeeds at cost?
it does not.
I guess Price, since Van Dyer is ordering them to move the wounded, Price is going to try to move this.
I'll come over and help you out. I
I-
looked at.
thought
I'll
you
jump
were-
over the railing and I'll help you.
I thought you were trying to deal with the reactor.
I look after we get him out. I'll come back in and I'll see if I can solve
That's
the
kind of,
problem.
well. I guess my point is it's a difficulty 1 roll. Is it still a difficulty 1 roll, GM?
It is.
Yeah, I mean, I either either I get it or I don't, and if I
Okay.
don't, you won't be able to roll the assist. So
Okay.
I am going to spend a momentum try to get 3 shots at this.
The shots I get because she's a doctor.
And she got
But
one.
no,
Get it
mostly
back.
because she's trying to roll under a 10.
Karen, you have been trained for this. You pick up the commander, and she is, wouldn't say not heavy nor light, but you manage to fireman carry her out and over to safety as you look at Commander Van Dyer. It looks like his ankles got a little singed.
Commander, why are your feet charred?
Regulation Starfleet footwear, Ensign.
Yes, sir. You're very lucky your regulation Starfleet footwear did not melt onto your foot.
That I am.
Sir.
One might think they would consider that when making Starfleet regulation footwear.
It could have been worse. It could have been the polyester uniform.
Ugh. Shudder. All right, I guess we just need Knox.
Give me one moment. I want to spend one momentum on this. This is daring and engineering. I have no focuses that
Difficulty
apply.
4.
Oh, God. And let me simplify this. I want to just get this to a point where it's less dangerous. So if you're willing to lower the target number,
No,
I'm
that's
just
to get it
okay.
less dangerous.
Hey,
It's
that's you
very
can't.
dangerous what you're doing. The whole
I
like
know. I just thought I'd see was there a little bit lower hanging fruit? Okay, I'm spending 2 momentum then, everybody, because that's hardcore crap.
if you're
So for a
rolling
total
two
of 3
deck, if
momentum.
you're it'd be 3 momentum.
Okay.
I think you pulled out 4 momentum now.
No, we were up at 5. I thought I did that
No,
right.
we were at 6. I'm looking at the.
No,
Oh no,
no,
you're
no.
right. No, you're right.
We
You're
were
right.
at
You're right.
5. And I should be correct at this point. Okay, I'm just thinking whether is it looking at this problem, is this how long till this thing goes kablooey really badly?
Any moment, really.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna blow a I'll blow a determination. In the darkest of moments, a glint of light will guide you. That is the circuitry that I am looking at right now. And then I'll blow 2 as well. So
Hmm?
I'm up for, yeah, I'm going to hit a determination. Is there a limit in 2E if I'm spending momentum? I can do both, right? In
No, no,
2E?
no, no. Okay, so what you do is the way determination works, as a reminder, you pick a dice and that dice automatically rolls 1. So with how it's set up for this, it's gonna be the last dice automatically. If you just to make sure
Okay,
you set to 4 and then you
set to
check
4.
mark your rolling determination and it
I'm
will roll 3
rolling.
dice.
Okay, here we go. Using determination value. Thank you so much, Jan. Here we go.
Woo!
And you manage to reset go through running rapidly across the reactor trying to avoid the electrical sparks.
Right.
You
I'm
manage
trying to
to
make sure I don't get electrocuted.
you manage to seal um, the toxic gas. While the fires are not out, the electric discharge stops on the reactor as it kind of stabilizes.
Okay, that was really hairy. So she's gonna compose herself for a moment
Okay.
because that's
Well,
and then
that's going to take you a little bit to do. What is
okay.
what is the rest of the group doing?
Well, since we have a moment while Knox is working on that, um, Price is going to stabilize one or both of these patients. I remember you said they were not stabilized. I don't want them to die at the end of the scene, so I guess I need to stabilize them.
Yes. Um, it's daring medicine difficulty 1 for each one.
Daring, holy crap! And
Figure she
based
does
on the
not have good
character's
daring.
name, I'm pretty sure I'm the one that built this character. Okay, I got. You said difficulty 1, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, that's good because she has a daring of 7. We're good here. I'll spend a momentum on 1. Let's see how this goes. I only need one success. There we go.
That is one success.
Okay. I'm assuming you're working on the lieutenant commander.
Yeah, they're both equally. Their injuries are pretty much the same.
Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, I'll work on the commander since she's the one I carried.
Okay.
And
Well, you
then
have her
if
stabilized.
Nox is still, if Nox is still working on the reactor, then she'll stabilize the other one.
Okay. Nox is still working on the reactor because that's going to take a moment.
I'll spend the other momentum.
Ruh-roh.
Well, yeah, I got nothing.
As you work frantically to try to save the chief petty officer, he took the brunt of injuries, and you see on a strike order his life signs fade and he flatlines.
Price just sighs, looks at the commander. I've lost him, commander. There's nothing I can do.
Understood, Ensign. Unfortunately, it happens. All we can do in
Sir,
this situation is move on for now.
Sir, should we try to find that other life sign?
Yes. So as far as timeline is concerned, is Nox finished up with the
No.
warp core stabilization? Okay.
No, that's a big process. And she's trying to make sure she doesn't get electrocuted. So you can see that she's doing crap carefully. Electrocution, not fun.
I've got this officer stabilized, sir. If you want, I can. If the other person is, those life signs were faint, sir. I can go and see if I can find the other person. If uh, you and Lieutenant Vogel want to take, she looks at Rank Pip, the commander here, back to the shuttle.
Based on the structure of the station, would we be able to like hit the shuttle and then the command area?
No.
Like, is the shuttle like on the way, or is it?
No.
Nox, are you secure here on your own?
I'm okay. If it blows up, we won't even know it.
Very well.
There you go.
Ensign,
sir.
how secure are you in the condition of the which one did she save? The petty officer or
The commander, the officer.
How secure are you in the stability of the commander?
She's stable. She'll be all right until we get her back to the ship, sir.
Very well. Vogel, I'll have you drop the commander off at the runabout. And once you are secure and you're standing there, then join us at the command module.
Aye, sir.
Right. And then I and the doctor will move to the command module.
Yeah, Vogel will follow the orders and take the commander here to the runabout.
Okay. I'm probably not going to make you roll on that.
One burn foot is enough for one session.
Doesn't want to give us a chance to gain some momentum.
No.
Talk about giving me the hot foot, am I right?
Okay. Commander Van Dyer and Ensign Price. You managed. She's an ensign, right?
She's an ensign.
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
calling her an ensign this whole time.
Yeah.
She's an ensign.
Okay.
Okay.
You managed to make your way to the command center, and you find that it's in similar shape. This actually whole deck is pretty badly, damaged.
Okay. I'm gonna
Uh,
do a quick scan around just for any potential hazards, exposed wiring.
There is a lot of
Uh,
exposed wiring and electrical hazard plus fire.
Okay. Uh, hmm.
Can Price get across the room without dying?
Can anyone?
This is actually going to be a fitness con difficulty
Oh,
of 1.
Fuck me.
Well, Price is already feeling bad about losing a patient, so I'll give you a threat, and she will try attempt to make her way across the room.
There you go.
Hey,
I
difficult.
will.
She makes it.
I will do the same. I will also give you a threat. God, Vandar needs to hit the gym. What is
Too
his
hard. You might break
condition, Ensign?
something. Let me check, sir.
Reason medicine difficulty 1.
Let's see. I'll just roll this flat since she's a decent chance of. Oh, damn it! Well, she made it.
Okay. He has several lacerations across his body. Seems like the console exploded. He has a head injury, possible concussion. He has several burns. In fact, his one arm is singed and is practically almost on fire, as he's literally laying next to a pocket where part of the room is on fire. He has also inhaled a lot of smoke, as there's smoke has kind of filled this room.
All right. Well, it sounds like the first order of business is to, well, I don't know, put out the fire, put out the arm that's on fire, and move him to where he is not going to burn.
Damn!
Uh,
If only I had taken Vogel's extinguishing of fire thing.
Fitness security difficulty 2.
Give me a hand with this. Give me a hand with him, Commander.
Of course, I will assist.
I will give you another threat, just because.
Whoa!
Holy
You don't
wow!
need it.
Gain 3 so far.
I don't like
Apparently-
that so far.
Well, so far might imply that we're going to earn more.
It might.
I mean, I thought there was an assist coming, so
Oh,
Yeah.
you're so right. Here we go. It's 1 dice, right?
yep.
Okay. There you go.
As long as you don't roll a 20.
Almost into a complication. All right. You had to pull him out a little bit, so get him kind of away, and you managed to put out the fire in his arm. You hear this grunting noise coming from him.
All right. Well, I guess the next order of business is to at least get him stabilized.
Mhm.
Daring medicine difficulty of 2.
Sure. You know what? Take all 3 of those momentum back. Well, her daring is a little low.
Yeah.
Well,
so is
I didn't
mine.
kill him. I succeeded, so
That's
Uh,
nice.
you do manage to
didn't kill.
stabilize him. Um,
But
as you were treating him, and you stabilize him, you realize that you don't have all your med kit. You used all of the majority of like a lot of your compounds uh, to help the unfortunate crew member that died. And you don't realize that you have enough trioxide to get his essentially oxygen back into his bloodstream. And he needs immediate oxygen.
Can I share the rebreather with him?
You certainly can.
I will do so.
You put the rebreather on. Give me fitness medicine difficulty 1, Van Dyer.
Fuck. uh, I don't know. My fitness medicine is so good.
it's probably better than mine.
Uh, take a threat. Yep, it's always that third dice that gets you across.
Van Dyer,
It
you
was-
you take the rebreather off and you kind of inhaled a bunch of that smoke. I mean, you could definitely feel it burning in your lungs. And
Well, I do it sort of like a diving rebreather sharing, where like I take a
yes,
breath and then while I'm
right, but part of that is you still inhaled some of it as you were trying to hold your breath in. You realize you're not going to be able to do this for long, and then you need to get out as quickly as possible. Like you don't suffer
is
anything.
he
It's just you can feel like some of that burning. You can feel like, oh, that's not good. We need to go.
are they stable enough to be moved, Ensign?
yes, sir.
All right, then let's do so now, and we'll try and move them. Van Dyer to Lieutenant Knox.
Aye, Knox here.
They sound far away.
Oh well, I was at my refrigerator getting some milk for a cookie.
It-
Yeah, aye.
it was just good aesthetic sound.
Well, it's probably appropriate.
We've recovered the life sign over here. Are you able to evacuate the station yet?
GM, where am I at?
You got it stabilized by now.
I've got it stabilized, and we need to get out of here. I'll look at my radiation badge. How close am I to one of those red lines? Time to get out, right?
You're fine. You actually
Okay.
see the radiation leak, so there is some
Sweet.
lingering things, but you do need. It's not building up any, more like it was.
Well, and it's time. That's good. Can I grab any data, engineering data, while I'm here doing this, so we could analyze it aboard the Navajo?
The computers are pretty smashed.
That's what I figured. Aye, sir. Yeah, I'm done. Let's get out of here.
Rendezvous with us at the runabout. We will
Confirmed.
be there momentarily.
I'll head there.
I just need a
Try and-
fitness con difficulty 2, complication range 2 to carry him out,
Whew.
or well, fitness
Try.
con or security.
Definitely con.
Oh,
Would you take? I got a lot of values.
you're gonna do it. Okay.
Well, I mean, what's your fitness con?
I'm not gonna make decisions based on people's statistics.
You know what? That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I got a lot of values that are good here. Would you take good leaders get their hands dirty?
Sure.
Okay, for a determination. Okay, and then I'll give you a threat for a third dice, complication range 2.
And you were worried. Gain 3 momentum.
I was.
Yeah, and you managed to carry the very heavy Tellarite out of the command center.
Maybe I don't need to work it out.
And all of you head
And
back
we'll,
to. Are you heading back to the ship at this point?
Yes. I will. Yeah. No, we can always send in another crew to analyze the station to figure out what happened later. But we need to get these people to medical bay now. So yeah, we'll head back to the front. Commander to Captain Perone. Vander.
Rowan here.
We found 3 life signs. Warp core has been stabilized. We unfortunately lost one in the process of stabilization. We are returning soon with 2 lives in critical condition.
Very well. Have medical teams standing by in the shuttle bay.
10-4. We'll leave. Unless there are any objections.
No objections, sir.
Price is an ensign. She doesn't have enough rank to object, even if she wanted to.
Okay, you return to the ship. Scene change, so you're at 2 momentum.
Nice. Captain, I might recommend we send an engineering crew when available to investigate the station and determine what happened.
That sounds like a good idea, Mr. Van Dyer. Wonder who I should send this time. Oh yeah, that's your job. Unless you want to let me go.
I don't think that would be wise, Captain.
I mean, I'll go if you want.
The orders are yours to make.
What's the risk level over there, Commander?
The warp core has been stabilized, though the environment of the station is still hazardous. I would recommend you stay.
I'd agree with that.
Very well. Take a second.
But you have also killed a 7-foot-tall lizard person, so really the choice is yours.
Lead another away team over there. Take some engineers with you. While you're over there, recover the body of the one that Ensign Price wasn't able to save.
It will be done. He'll grab Knox and a couple engineers and head over.
Yeah.
I imagine it's one of those things where, like, just as Van Dyer sits down, Prone is like, okay, I need to go back over there, and he has to get back up and go.
I'm not gonna have any make you make any rolls for that. But after probably several hours, you get a. Well, technically, you're on the station still. So.
Yeah.
Sick bay to bridge.
Go ahead, sick bay.
Captain Zath wishes to speak with you.
Very well. What is his condition?
stable like all Tellarites, though he's very stubborn and refuses to take my advice. I am doing my best to try to pull off a Dr. Whitman, so.
Very well. I'm on my way. Vogel, you have the con.
Aye, sir.
Captain. As you can see, my friend here refuses to take my advice. He wishes to speak to you immediately. He needs rest. So I would ask you to please advise him that he should get some rest. And she
Sure, you
walks
can
up.
talk at the same time. Captain, but can you tell me about what happened?
EPS relays exploded throughout the station. I'm not entirely too sure what happened, but the station is well over 100 years old. Tell me, I only see my first officer here with me. There were 5 of us on board.
Unfortunately, Captain, there were only 3 there were only 3 survivors when we arrived. A chief petty officer that was with your first officer in your engineering area did not make it. Away team medical reported that they succumbed to their injuries before we could get their back to the ship.
So 3 dead?
1 confirmed. I have an away team on the station now investigating. Until we find other bodies, I can only say 2 more presumed dead.
That is unfortunate. Thank you, Captain, for coming to our aid. Any longer, I think we all would have perished. I am grateful to you for that.
You're welcome. We got here as soon as we could. My chief engineer, if he was human, he would be unhappy with how hard I pushed the engines. I have to assume, Captain, that EPS conduit explosion. I have to assume that you maintain regular maintenance aboard your station, particularly an old station like that.
We do, but it's well a little hard when there's only five of you. Plus, handling all of the salvage work. Been begging Starfleet for more personnel, but they keep putting us on a skeleton crew. They're saying their priorities are elsewhere at the moment.
Not much of a surprise with the recent happenings over in Deep Space Nine and the Klingon-Cardassian war on, and the threat of the Dominion. Anything unusual happen recently on board? Your timing of your incident is interesting in its timing with our own investigation of some unusual cloaked probes we found a few systems away.
Commander Prya could probably answer those questions as soon as she's able to be awakened. But there were some strange disturbances outside our system. He thought it was cloaked vessels passing through nearby, most likely Klingon, given their direction.
But I'm sorry, GM. I missed some of that brain fog.
He essentially said there was some strange disturbance outside. They detected like subspace distortions. Well, he said strange disturbances outside the system, not in it. He assumed that they were Klingon, given the recent activity. And he did file a report. I didn't get to that part. I did file a report to Starfleet.
How often were you seeing these anomalies?
Just the once.
How long ago? You're reporting what you're reporting
2
seems very
weeks.
similar to what we were investigating.
That was about 2 weeks ago. Haven't seen anything since then. I sent Warrant Officer Grady and Ensign Reyes to investigate, but they're among the missing. Or dead. At least one of them.
But when you sent them to investigate, what did they report when they returned?
They didn't find anything.
It's the same pattern that the Nehru colony reported. Feeling, Captain, that you were not the victim of poor maintenance.
You're saying my station was sabotaged?
Or attacked in some way that we were unable to detect. Certainly not in some way that could be predicted. Quite disturbing. As my doctor said, you need some rest, Captain. You and your first officer as well. When you've both rested and healed up a little, we'll talk some more. I need to brief my first officer and his away team on what you told me. And keep an eye out for cloaked probes.
He looked a little puzzled by that statement, but thank you, Captain. And please let me know if you find my 2 missing crew members. I need to notify their families.
Of course, Captain. In the meantime, follow my chief medical officer's advice, would you?
There's much work still to be done. I do have a depot to run, and I do need to get back on my feet as soon as possible.
Well, if you do what my doctor says, we'll have you up on your feet. If not, we'll find a mud pit for you to wallow in for a while.
And he just kind of nods and lays back down in the bio bed.
He'll nod, and then Perone is headed back to. He'll stop by Dr. Whitman's office. Dr. Whitman, when they're feeling better and are more able to talk, I want to talk to his first officer, but let them rest as much as the captain will let you.
It's not my first time dealing with an uncooperative captain. Captain. But don't worry, they're in good hands.
You have my ever confidence, and Perone will head out, and then, yeah, and he will actually contact Van Dyer on the station while he's walking back to the bridge.
Oh, Captain, don't forget about your physical. Your doctor on Earth did not file the proper reports. I need a blood screening
Just-
sample from you.
Perone will let the door close behind him. What was that? I'm sorry, I gotta go. And then he'll just walk down the hall. She said blood screen. She's lucky that the Perone doesn't carry a detang, or he would just give her one right there.
Okay, you contact your first officer, so.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to do something with them over there before I talked to him.
No. He's just organizing. They're setting up, putting out fires and trying to get the station somewhat orderly.
All right, then Perone will just tap his comm badge. He'll have the bridge route him to the away team. Navajo to away team.
This is Van Dyer, Captain.
Commander Van Dyer, the depot captain is away. Was just woken up. I'm taking a few moments to talk to him. He reports the same types of anomalies that we found in the Nevers system. Same results. When investigate, nothing found there. Reports that their EPS, that's too many EPS conduits exploding at one time. Expand your investigation to look for signs of sabotage or deliberate damage. He also reports that he had a crew of 5. We found the 3 living, with the one that we lost. Let's see if you can't find the other 2.
Understood, Captain. I'll add that to the search parameters and make sure that the engineers include our previous findings in their investigation.
Yeah, aye, sir. This stinks.
Very good. Just be careful, you 2.
Always.
Aye, sir.
She'll look over at Van Dyer, except when I'm digging in my grandmother's backyard. Then I'll lower all my defenses and throw all my training to the wind and get knocked out and taken prisoner.
Yes. Of
But
course.
that was off duty. That was off duty. Right.
I understand exactly what you're talking about. He doesn't.
Good, but
I'll
you told Knox you did, so that's all good.
And then I we'll change up our search parameters to make sure that we're looking for people, likely bodies, but hopefully people.
It could even be we may just find carbon scoring, depending on. There was a lot of energy discharged here. They could have been. Some people might have been nearly vaporized.
Best to search with positivity in mind.
Aye.
And we'll continue at the work that we've been doing.
Give me reason security difficulty 0 to search for the other 2 missing.
And I'll assist.
Okey reason. Ooh.
Actually, sorry, not reason. Insight.
That's even worse.
I'm actually really good at it. I've got 10 and 5.
Be my guest.
Okay, so you would assist me then. Okay, I'll do that. Do you guys want me to spend momentum on this? I think with 2 dice, I should be
What's
okay.
the difficulty? 1?
It's diff 0, I
Diff
believe.
0.
Oh,
I should be good.
then no momentum.
Okay. 1 success. So if somebody wants to assist.
Sure. Say reason, security.
Right on.
All right, gain 2 momentum. While the engineering teams are working and you're organizing, Knox and Commander Van Dyer, you search the station for the 2 missing crew members, and you don't actually find them on board the station.
Not even any like residual traces or
You find no residual traces. It's almost like they were never even on board the station at all.
Okay. I will. Well, we
You do
can't
find their
computer.
quarters. You do find their quarters in the search. Just FYI.
Okay.
But you don't find any personal like effects. Like
Right.
this is getting weirder and weirder.
It's like they grabbed their crap and possibly got beamed out. And the computer system's completely down, so database reference of last known position and all that is going to be hard to get. Right? The computer is just completely effed, right?
you would have to repair it, and that's
Okay.
another daring engineering difficulty 4 task to get it up and running.
I'll present it to the boss. Commander, do you want me to try to get the computers back online and see what data was captured? I can try.
Yes, that would be helpful. I'm going to contact the captain with our findings.
Okay, this is going to take me a bit.
Of course. Take your time.
Okay.
Commander Van Dyer to Captain Perone.
Ronir, go.
We have a bit of a development here, though. It's bringing us more questions than answers. We haven't been able to find a single trace of the other 2 crewmen, whether that be trace elements or otherwise. Even any personal effects in their cabin seems to be gone. It's almost like they didn't exist in the first place.
Well, that's peculiar.
Very. And
Stand
concerning
by.
as well. Will do.
Stand by. Lieutenant Kier, scan local space for bodies in the immediate area of the depot.
Meet Kira.
Krya?
Kira,
Krya.
yeah. Kira.
Someone want to roll for her?
Sure.
Well,
No,
based
I will roll
on,
on that. Somebody else roll.
I guess since we all have a main character in this scene, we can't. Yeah, unless you let Perone roll presence command for ordering her to do it.
Sure. Presence command, difficulty 2. Assisted by the ship's sensor of science.
Take a threat.
Actually, no, it'd be control command, sorry. Because you're directing her. So, yeah. Control command.
I have great presence. But still do the give you the threat since I'm bold.
What's chip roll?
I don't really have
Sensor
a focus
science.
I haven't rolled yet.
for around.
Oof.
Oh, you know what? I might as well
One-
fish with that 19.
One more roll for the ship because you have the advanced sensors.
Advanced
So
sensors. Ooh, almost rolled into a complication.
gain 3 momentum. So I think you're at 1 float. Captain, I'm not detecting anybody within or around the station. That's not accounted for.
Yeah, didn't expect to, but I needed to find it. Any chance when you were scanning the area, did you detect any of those subspace anomalies like we detected around neighbor?
I was scanning for life forms and post life forms. No, I did not detect any subspace disturbances in or around the station, sir.
Thank you, Thank you, Lieutenant. Reopen the channel. Commander Van Dyer, we've checked local space. No bodies floating in orbit.
This is getting more and more curious as we continue.
Very good.
What are your orders, Captain?
Repair the computer systems. See if you can get their computers online to see what you can find. Study and look at those EPS conduits. Look for signs of sabotage and deliberate damage. Same as before.
Understood. I've got knocks on the computers as we go. I'll
Very
relay
good.
the rest of that to the other engineer team.
Excellent. Keep me informed.
Will do, Captain.
Thrown out. And then, since you're on the ship, Brone will pull up the database on the crewment. It's a Starfleet installation, so we should have a roster of who's assigned there and their service records. Okay, my mic's on.
Those are the 5 that have been assigned to the station.
According to Starfleet records, how long has well, let's not just let's focus on those two at first. Ensign Reyes and Warrant Officer Garrity, how long have they been assigned to that station? I mean, that and just kind of look at peruse their very quickly look at their service record.
For momentum.
All right, I'll spend that and see if anything stands out as interesting or disturbing.
They were assigned to the station 6 months ago.
That's
Give me a insight plus
command.
Performance.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to make, like what this actually should be.
It's the dilemma of the STAGM. What do we use for a perception roll? Insight's easy. It's the other half.
Yeah. Let's go insight security difficulty 2.
Okay. I will spend a momentum for a third die. I don't see anything relevant that I think is relevant among my focuses, so here we go. Hey, got my momentum back.
What's not listed, so Warrant Officer Helen Grady is an orphan child from one of the colonies within the demilitarized zone. Ensign Thomas Reyes, his father served on board the USS Fairbanks, which was destroyed during a conflict with the Cardassians about 10 years ago. That's what stands out to you. There seems to be sort of almost a commonality between the two missing.
That says possible Maquis involvement to Captain Perone. All right, that's what I can think of to investigate at the moment. Well, this is probably going to come up bupkis, but I might as well do the due diligence anyway. Can I spend momentum towards obtain information to see if either of them are being watched by Starfleet security or Starfleet intelligence?
Yeah, you can spend a
Like it's
momentum.
possible. Yeah, like it's possible Maquis sympathizers or something like that.
Starfleet intelligence has no record on them. For the most part, Ensign Reyes' service factor, while it's not really outstanding, nothing sticks out. Like seemed like he's been a good, loyal officer. However, Warrant Officer Grady, she is enlisted, so but nothing kind of stand out within her service record.
All right, that's what I got for now. Maybe we'll let Van Dyer and Knox investigate a little more.
Yeah.
Did the captain end up checking to make sure that they weren't changelings?
Sort of. Yeah, Perone probably would send a message down to Van Dyer's trike. Or it would just, yeah, it's not something he needs to have a conversation, but he would send him a message to Van Dyer's tricorder, just kind of with those pieces of Reyes and Garrity's service records excerpted and put in the message with a note. Possible Maquis sympathizers? Question mark. Perhaps investigating sabotage. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Okay, so Knox is going to be really careful on the computer core. I want to bring it up real slowly in safe mode. But beforehand, I want to see if it was sabotaged or if there's anything in the boot up process that might have been altered that could
Well,
be
you gotta
possible.
repair it, and it's a daring engineering difficulty 4.
Okay. I'm just letting you know what's in her mind.
Like you could tell immediately, a lot of the damage is due to an overload.
Okay. Okay, then I'm going to need some momentum for this. So, because this, you said it's difficulty 4, right?
Yes, essentially,
Okay.
you're trying to go through, scavenge what parts are usable, what parts need to be replaced, what you can find here, what you have to get back to the station. It's really tedious, but at the same time, um, the risk of being electrocuted is high. So that's why
Okay,
it's
so
daring.
because of that, I'm gonna spend some momentum, and if any equipment I can grab that would help me deal with shock, any kind of gloves or
I mean,
anything
you
that protect here.
you could
Eh,
spend
but
momentum to create a trait too. To help lower the difficulty if you want.
Yeah, I think that's what I'd like to do first. Is I'd like to lower the difficulty and eliminate some of those kind of
Okay,
problems
so
before
what
I
kind of trait are you wanting to create to help with that?
um uh safe reboot procedure.
Um,
uh
you're trying to get to where it works again. Like,
yes.
so
uh
safe reboot, it would not help you.
okay.
Maybe something like there are, there are multiple, since there are obviously multiple consoles down there. Maybe there's
Right,
a trait that there are other consoles immediately nearby that have the parts you need
there we go.
to get the
Okay,
system running.
okay.
And I'll use that one console to be my safe console, so I don't have to worry about as much electrocution. So what does that cost us
It's 2
momentum?
momentum to
Okay,
lower the
I'll
difficulty
take
by
it.
1.
Okay, so now it's only difficulty 3.
3.
Yeah,
Daring engineering.
yep, and I'm just gonna spend one more and add a die, so I'm at 3 dice on this, and then she'll pray. Okay, 2 successes.
Do you have an assist?
I would love an assist, and I would definitely have some people around me. So, if anybody wants to do an assist, hey, Van Dyer could be here assisting me.
Oh yeah, we'd have to activate Rochambeau, wouldn't we?
We would have
Well,
to
you-
activate. Yeah.
You're still in the same scene, and I think the only person that
you
hasn't played a character right now is Vogel. Vogel hasn't rolled for this scene yet. So
and we have that engineering team.
you didn't spend for
Yeah,
it.
that's what I was thinking.
They're not. You
Oh,
did not spend for it. They're there just fixing the station narratively.
okay.
So you don't.
Okay. All right, I
Technically, they're
suppose I
not
will.
useful unless you want to spend for it, but you would need to do that before the roll.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
Uh, okay, I guess I'll. What's the role? Something engineering.
Daring engineering.
Daring
Yeah.
engineering.
Momentum.
Woo. Okay.
Just
So
one
it's a
assist, so
little
run one dice.
Oh,
Yeah, went about as I expected.
Does the roll
I
stand?
made a diplomatic character. Okay.
Oh God, Knox is like, you know,
Does the roll stand?
do you got
I
a
don't really have anything
value
for.
to challenge, a callback you could make? Oh, you don't have any. You don't have any determinations, spends in your
Just
character log to spend towards to.
I used
you
the
don't have the-
determination earlier.
No.
I don't think you can't call back to one in the same episode, and Knox doesn't have anything recorded in his character log to spend back to.
I mean, I've only got good leaders get their hands dirty.
You can't spend your determination because you assist.
Yeah.
Gotta be. And Knox already spent her determination, right?
I already
Yep.
spent one to make sure the place didn't blow up. I think this is a fail.
Um,
It's going to go back up to diff 4.
Yeah, I think there's just nothing I can do here. I don't think.
Yeah,
As
her face looks like Han Solo when the Millennium Falcon fails for like the 3rd time in Empire Strikes Back. She's like,
As you go through trying to work and get the computer up and running, you think you thought you had everything, all the components like that you needed to get it up and running and replaced. Turns out some of the components were not compatible, and it blew part of the computer core up, signifying that the complication, making the computer core pretty much obsolete at this point. You will not be able to
This is
retrieve
exactly
any
why
data.
This is why the Academy asked me very politely to leave the engineering track.
this was just a very broken machine when we got here. It's okay.
Excellent way to save face with a commanding officer, Knox.
Oh, I'll call him. I'll deliver him the bad news. I'll handle this one.
Don't worry,
Knox
that's
to
not your
Pro.
responsibility.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I punched the call already. Knox to Perone.
Roan here.
The computer's completely effed. There's no resurrect in this. We'll have no data. I tried. I failed. But hey, at least the station didn't blow up. I did stop that. So
Well, these things happen, Mr. Knox. Continue to follow Commander Van Dyer's orders and finish the investigation.
I
How do
will
we-
look over at Van Dyer and say, I do have one question though, and this is one we can answer. Let's
what would
do a
that be?
scan. Well, let's do a scan of those 2 rooms that they were occupying. I want to know if there's enough leftover DNA in the room to say for sure that a human was living there. I mean, it's probably not a spy or replacement, but we do know that the Dominion has a shape-shifting agents, or there are Dominion agents working in Federation space. What do you think?
It couldn't hurt. When we checked earlier, there weren't like any personal effects at all, right?
There were no personal effects.
Nothing.
Jesus.
But you can give me insight plus science difficulty 2 to do a scan for DNA evidence.
Insight, science, difficulty 2. Okay. Van Dyer, do you have it at better? What's your science?
I'm gonna stick with what Perone said earlier. We're not making rolls based off stats here.
Okay, fair enough. If she thinks she'll roll, and if you want to,
It will have been your idea. Van Dyer would have asked you to do it.
Okay, back me up. I'll make the roll, and I'll spend 1 momentum on this because maybe it will reveal something interesting. Probably not. And 1 success is what I've got.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay,
Woo!
no momentum gain. It's going through the 2 quarters. You do find DNA evidence of 2 human individuals actually in both rooms. One is male, one is female.
Okay.
That
Well, we
is consistent with what we've gotten from the records.
Just so you know, you find
uh,
both residues of DNA evidence in both of those rooms. Um,
Ah. Ah, a romance.
right. Okay, so they're enjoying each other's company off duty, and that is an interesting point. This was worth it.
just to clarify,
Wasn't
you do
entirely.
find the other residue from the other officers, but you do find,
Right. In terms of who was here the most, right?
yeah, who's here the most? Those two were there the most in
Right.
both of their rooms.
Doesn't really answer any of the questions we've had so far, though.
Other than they were, well, more than just
Well
working
acquainted.
well acquainted.
Hmm.
I think you're jumping to conclusions on that.
Well acquainted doesn't necessarily mean they were in a relationship. It just means they were familiar enough to spend time with each other. Hmm.
No.
I'm trying to think about where else we can look here.
Well, we knew that the sabotage was the EPS teams.
Have you guys gone to inspect the EPS conduits that were destroyed?
No, not yet. So that would probably make the next, she'd probably look at Van Dyer and say, let's go check out the EPS. I should lay my eyes on that. I have not done so.
Yes,
Uh,
let's check in with the engineering team and see what they've got so far.
I mean, they're just trying to repair things, but
Right.
they're
So,
repairing.
I assume they would have like run into the EPS conduits and like
They're not.
been.
This is okay. This is a B roll. This is an insight plus engineering difficulty of 2.
okay. Insight, engineering, diff 2. Um, I'll spend a momentum. We'll be at 0 if there's no objection, and see what I can find out. 2 successes.
As you look through, examine the EPS conduits throughout the station that exploded, you do realize you kind of come to the realization that um, as you kind of went back to the reactor room, you
Mhm.
found that there was it was sabotage. Someone
Right.
initiated an EPS overload intentionally on the station.
And she does know about this stuff. She's actually used that trick. So uh she'll look at the commander. It's sabotage. It's very similar to what I did.
Vander won't really worry about starting a whole conversation with the captain. He'll just kind of do what he did earlier and send him a message over the tricorder about the discovery of, for sure, sabotage and the fact that the two crew members were at least well acquainted.
Room hanging buddies. Tell him room hanging buddies.
I don't think I'll use those words.
Okay. I thought they worked.
Perone would note that there were only 5 crew assigned to that station, so they're all obviously going to know each other.
I find it somewhat curious that the two that are missing are the two that are in each other's bunks the most, though.
Well, it certainly supports the possibility that they are Maquis sympathizers or something else.
Especially with the evidence of sabotage.
That they also got away. So they had, if it was them, they had some kind of plan that included will be beam outable, and they'd have to be somewhere where that would work. So we might be able to reconstruct a little bit there. That's purely speculation, though.
Yeah, might as well just assume that Van Dar called the captain now, because now we just have a conversation.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Did did you uh, check the particulars on this and of how the condos were sabotaged? Perhaps there are commonalities with, if we go with the working theory that these two were Maquis sympathizers, uh, then there may be some.
That's a very legitimate route. I'll try to do a bit of a forensic rebuild.
Very well. I suppose roll with that. Roll for that while we're on the phone
Okay.
already.
GM.
Just for the sake of time, there's no way to roll. But
Okay.
like your best guess is they purposely set some sort of potentially algorithm, or some sort of algorithm or virus to cause the EPS conduits to overload, which then essentially caused the reactor to go critical.
Okay. I'll
Whether it
put
was
that.
that was intentional or not.
So I'll share that with the command team. It was an algorithm, and it started effectively, GM. You're describing an EPS cascade from a
Yeah.
algorithmic virus. So that's what I tell them.
Is that a common tactic for the Maquis or the Dominion, as far as we know?
GM.
That use your best guess. I can't really answer that.
I could see it being a Maquis trick.
Definitely, probably Maki over Dominion.
Yeah, I'd lean Maquis and lean away from Dominion.
That's my thinking as well. I just don't want to. I don't want to put on blinders and refuse, and by doing so miss other possibilities. But I would put the Maquis as a chief suspect. Just
It's a very slick tactic. Okay, it's
Also, a
actually very.
tactic that would require sensitive information to be able to accomplish.
Also
that
easier to accomplish on a base like this where it's older equipment. That's a guess on my part.
I'll tell you this: the station dates back to the 2270s. The station's over 100 years old.
Oh my god.
Anything else we can look
Yeah.
into while we're here, or are we set to go out?
nothing that I could think of.
I can't think of anything.
I'm at a loss for ideas at the moment as well.
GM, is there one area of the station that seemed to be least damaged by the sabotage, i.e., a possible place that
The
could
rooms,
initially?
the bunk area, like the residential portion of it.
Okay, that's the only other thing I mentioned. Oddly enough, the residential area is not as damaged as the rest. What's
Very
the
well.
chances we could scan for transporter residue in that area? Is there even a shot at that given the condition of this base in that area?
Transporter residue?
Well, was a transporter used, and does that leave any energetics that we could detect? That's the only
I will
vital
say you
light.
don't find any.
Okay.
During your forensic analysis, you didn't find anything.
Okay.
I
Then
think that's
let's
GM
go
speak
back.
for get a move on. All right, so I suppose we'll conclude our investigation. We'll head back aboard.
Well, it appears we've got more questions than answers at this point.
That'll be correct. Will you be reporting to Starfleet, or will you wait until we have a clearer picture?
I'll send a preliminary report to Admiral Gibson at 621. In the meantime, we need to replicate what parts they're going to need to get their computers running back on the depot. Not sure. They're down 3 crew persons. I doubt the captain and his first officer are going to be able to run that station by themselves. I'll notify Admiral Gibson. Tell him we'll need to get a Corps of Engineers ship out here to do the repairs, and they're going to need more crew. In the meantime, I'm not particularly comfortable leaving the captain and his first officer there on the depot by themselves. I'll check with them to see if they want to stay, but without a functional computer core, that's a bad idea, I think.
Yeah, so I think we should probably lock down the station and take them with us.
Agreed. Mr. Knotts, initiate a security lockdown of that station, if that's even possible with their computer core down. I'll send a message to command. In the meantime, Mr. Vogel, let's continue. On the investigation. This disrupted us or distracted us from, and set a course for. I'm looking through my own logs, trying to figure out where that signal came from. Huh?
Oh, the signal.
Yeah,
Chromie
where we
counters
were going to
are-
go before we got distracted here.
If you're referring to the probe is in pieces in your cargo bay.
Right, but we detected a distress signal that it sent. Were we able to determine where that signal went?
No. It was an encrypted signal. So you had to decrypt it and a bunch of other stuff.
All right. Well, I guess I have a couple out of character questions. Can we replicate the parts that would be needed to get the depot functioning again, or is it going to need the Starfleet Corps of Engineers to come out and do massive refit?
You can get this station up and operational. It'd probably take you a couple days to get that done. But the Starfleet Corps of Engineering needs to probably come out and do an overhaul on the station, given the damage done to the computer core.
All right, then Prone's going to send a message to the Gemulon colony, tell them we've been delayed by a couple of days. Sent a message to Admiral Gibson requesting a Corps of Engineers ship, a repair vessel to come out here, and we're going to at least get this place somewhat operational. I'd hate to see the local pirate or Maquis strip the depot of useful material while it was unguarded.
Or take some of the mothballed ships.
Yeah.
Or take some mothballed ships.
It didn't appear in our orders. There didn't appear to be anything super I'm assuming, and Jim can correct me if I'm wrong, there wasn't anything on our orders that necessitated us getting to Gemulon 5 as soon as possible.
Correct.
Then we will
Admiral
take the few
Layton
days.
gave you a leeway to, help with this certain matter. So,
Yep. So we will. I mean, a distress signal is absolutely a good reason to delay. So we will, like I said, Perone will send a message to Gemulon 5, letting them know we'll be delayed for a few days. We'll stay here and get the depot operational. Request to Admiral Gibson to send a Corps of Engineers ship out here. And then Perone will also send an encrypted message to Admiral Layton on Earth. Imagine we're a little far from the Sol system to have live conversation. Oh, 8th threat. Boy, I think the scene just got ended.
Captain.
Perone will send it- Perone
No,
will
it's
send an
actually
update to
no,
Admiral
it's
Layton.
actually something else. To be honest, it's not
Oh,
not a
worse.
reversal.
Oh, that's worse.
It's not a reversal.
The warp core explodes.
See, how many
Captain-
ships can show up with our 8th threat? Yes, GM.
You've given me guys a lot of threat today, so to be fair, you've also
I
gained a lot of
know.
momentum. To be fair, you guys have gained a ton of momentum too. So, Kreia speaks up. Captain, I am detecting a power signature from within the depot. Appears one of the ships is coming online.
Factor.
Vogel send an intercept course to that vessel and engage it at full impulse.
Aye, sir.
We're gonna make this all due haste as be a daring con, difficulty of 2, assisted by the ship's engines con.
Daring con, you say?
Yep.
No momentum, of course. Take a threat. Is the difficulty increased for collision or no?
Yes. So you
Okay.
get that free reroll.
All right, that's fine.
What was it Prone said earlier? Use the Navajo like a cannonball.
I will re-roll the 16. Into a 17. It's fine. Someone grab ship.
Sorry, I was thinking it was the engines con, right?
Yes.
Go ship.
3 momentum gained. As you speed up towards the said vessel, you notice that it's an older ship. You see the running lights are on. It looks like main power's on. The vessel in question is as Craig speaks, it appears to be a Shangri-La class starship, Captain. The USS Asilium.
As
their
we
shields
were
up?
heading that way, Perone would have ordered Knox to bring us to red alert. I want them to see that we're. I actually want whoever that is to see that not only is the Navajo armed, but they are prepared.
Okay.
Once we're in range, Mr. Knox, lock a tractor beam on that ship.
I will.
Somebody
So red
raise
alert and tractor beam.
Okay,
somebody
give me
raise them on the
a I believe it's control plus security assisted by the ship's structure weapons.
That sounds about right.
To as you get close to the ship to lock a tractor beam on it.
Okay, here we
Did you
go.
mean weapon security for the ship?
Yeah, I'm double checking that. No, it's
You said
structure security.
structure weapons.
Yeah, structure security. It's what it is for the official rule. So
Okay, I'm spending
Difficulty
using
2.
1 moment. Diff 2. Spending 1 momentum. Here we go. Oh.
Do you have a reroll?
Let's see.
You have-
I have cautious security, and I spent a momentum, right?
So you can reroll the 20 if you want
Okay.
into another
Just gonna do
complication.
Of course. I'm gonna do slash roll 1d20, right?
No,
Well,
just,
no.
no, don't do that. Just click that reroll.
Click the reroll
Click
button
where
in the
it says
chat.
reroll on the card.
Okay, in the
In the game on the chat, you can click on the reroll button
hold
and
on.
you select the 20.
Yeah, just let me. Sorry, it was giving me a little bit of a headache. Reroll. Okay, I clicked the die. Reroll right here. Here we go, and I'm re-rolling it. Oh, I did select a die. Okay. It said please select at least one die to re-roll. I hit
Yeah.
the 20, but it didn't.
Yes.
It didn't do it unless it popped up.
You,
I'll
did you
do.
click the check mark and then hit reroll?
Yeah, I did, but I'll just do slash roll 1d20. Here we go. We'll get it either way. There you go.
Okay, gain 2 momentum. As you lock the tractor beam onto the Asilium, you notice that its shields have come online.
Okay, I'll call that out to the captain. Shields are up.
Captain, I'm detecting a subspace disturbance directly ahead of us. It appears to be a vessel decloaking.
The probes. Or worse.
Mr. Knox, give me a targeting solution on both those ships and give me an open hail.
Okay.
On screen,
Channel.
the vessel that decloaked, you notice that on screen here is it's another Starfleet vessel. And she looks a bit confused.
It might
And
have,
I'm
might have been
making
a
sure there are
Starfleet vessel.
weapons on. I'm just like the captain asked. I'm going to make sure I've got weapons solutions on both.
This is when
Hell
we learn
no.
it's actually Section 31.
Or Maquis hijacking Federation property. It's a great place to do it.
As you open hailing frequency, you get a response. And the hail opens up. You see a woman sitting in the center of a captain's chair.
This is Captain David Perone of the USS Navajo. To whom am I speaking?
Bonjour, Captain. I am Captain Rene Marius. Well, retired. How do you like my chair? I used to command the Navajo at one point in time. It's good to see my old ship. Tell me, is Mr. Soluk still working on board the Navajo?
He has my engines running most efficiently.
Oh.
Miss, what was that name again?
Captain Marius.
I look her up while they're talking.
Meanwhile, I'm assuming possible multiple threats, so just like the cap asked.
Miss Marius, you said retired, huh? What are you
Indeed.
working for these days?
Unfortunately, circumstances have pulled me back into the fight.
Well, right now, the circumstances have you in violation of what was it? What's the treaty Federation has with the Romulans?
I would have to be a member of Starfleet to be in violation of said treaty. I'm not a member of Starfleet anymore.
Well, that sure looks like it used to be a Federation starship.
Indeed. If you would so kindly let go of your tractor beam, and we will be on our way.
I don't think so. Would you care to surrender your vessel, or do we do this the hard way?
Unfortunately, Captain, sadly, you are outnumbered in this endeavor. And Craig knows, Captain, 2 more vessels are decloaking. They're clean on birds of prey. As you can see, Captain, I have friends. I do not wish to damage the Navajo or harm the individuals who saved my daughter not so long ago, nor do I wish to harm the Navajo, for I had many good memories of that ship. So, Captain, please, for the sake of your crew and all the lives that are here, release your tractor beam, and we will be on our way. And you can come chase us later on.
Oh, you can count on it. Mr. Knox, release the tractor beam.
Released.
Proceed, Captain. And I wish you good fortune. And she closes the channel.
Mr. Knox, get a scan of that ship before she cloaks and gets out of here.
On it. GM, what do you want me to roll?
Reason science, assisted by these ships, sensors plus science, difficulty of 2.
Okay. I'm going to use some momentum. You said insight science, right?
I
Might
did.
have misheard you.
No, reason science.
Reason science. Okay. And I'm going to add 1 momentum to that. Here we go. Okay. And then whatever the ship can assist with.
What did I do? Where did I stick the ships? Oh, I had it open too. Navajo, Navajo, Navajo. Where'd you go, Navajo? Sensors, science, 2 dice.
We gain 2 momentum. The vessel in question, I'll just say it, is the USS Archangel, Shangri-La class. So it's a bit smaller than the Navajo. The one thing you do realize is the ship is loaded to the teeth.
They basically have been working on her out here at this boneyard, and they're just bringing her online now. Is that what it looks like?
Seems like well, it's hard to tell, but there's definitely been some repairs and modifications done to it. She is equipped with
Scale 4, right? Is
yeah,
she scale 4? Scale
yeah,
4.
yeah.
Because
She's
she's I know what the Shangri-La looks like. She's basically from the early Lost era. So I'll just go, Captain, she's armed to the teeth. They probably upgraded her. Do I think that all four talents are tactical in nature?
Okay, let me explain. So, she's armed to teeth. She has regular photon torpedo launchers, but she has upgraded phaser banks as well as a phaser spinal lance attached to her outer hull.
Okay. She's got a spinal lancer attached to the outer hull.
And you assume she has a cloaking device.
And I'll assume a cloaking device as well on top of all that, sir.
Does it cloak when it leaves?
As soon as you release the tractor beam, they wait for a little bit. You notice that the Celium its engines come online, and all four vessels cloak, and you see a subspace disturbance leaving the system.
Mr. Knox, tell me you got her engine signature.
Did my roll get the engine signature?
For 2 momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll spend that. I made the roll. Yes, we've got the engine signature, sir.
I'm going to assume that this woman is not stupid enough to head directly to her destination, but what's directly in the path of the direction those subspace anomalies were headed before we lost them?
I'll answer that for a momentum.
Take it.
They were headed towards Zangetti space.
Yeah. Definitely going to change course. All right, so the Shangri-La is the ship they just took from the depot, yeah?
Yeah.
No, it was a Shangri-La class. Wasn't it called something else?
Yeah. So the first ship that decloaked, what was it?
The Archangel.
Okay, then the ship I captured was also Shangri-La class?
Yes.
And the Klingon vessels, Birds of Prey, D7s.
Um, they were Burrell. They're on the scale 3, but 2 of them.
Um, that particular uniform, it looked more like a uniform than just civilian clothes that she was wearing.
Well, she was just
Anyone
wearing a leather
recall?
jacket and like a black turtleneck.
Oh, okay. Anyone else get the idea that was not Maquis? Can't think of a reason for the Klingons to support the Maquis unless they're really mad at the Cardassians.
Well, sir, you know what they say: the enemy of my enemy.
Or the Maquis got a hold of some older Klingon ships. Those were scale 3s. They might have a better chance of getting a hold of one of those. That could have
When's
been
the
Maquis.
last time you heard of a Klingon ship being captured?
Occasionally, you'll find an old bird of prey being sold in the black market, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
generally the Klingons strip the Klingon cloaking devices out of them first.
GM, looking at those Klingon ships, were there any symbols on the outside that might indicate affiliations?
For a momentum.
For a momentum. Okay, I'll zero in on the visuals and see the freeze frames and see if I can perceive them and then run them against database.
You see the Klingon Empire logo on the ships.
Okay. I got no answers, sir. It's just Klingon logos on the outside of the ship.
Nexo, you heard anything from intelligence on the Klingon supporting the Maquis? That's seems a little un-Klingon like.
It would be an incredibly new development. I don't know that we'll find anything as to that.
Well, I don't think we're going to find any answers today. Let's return to the depot and finish repairs there. We need to see if you can get find someone to decrypt that message that probe sent, the one we got in the neighborhood system. See if we can figure out where it sent its distress signal.
Out of character question, we just got notified a game or two ago that the Klingons are attacking the Cardassians, right? We're at that point in the timeline.
Yes.
Okay.
And the Klingons just attacked DS9 about a week ago.
I do see one possibility, sir. Yes, the Klingons and the Maquis have a common enemy, the Cardassians. The Klingons, a devious Klingon house might have proposed the idea of working with the Maquis to help take down the Cardassians.
It's possible. Doesn't seem very. Most Klingon
Likely.
warriors I know wouldn't share the glory of the fight with the Maquis. They certainly don't need the help of the Maquis.
That's true. That would go against Klingon patterns for sure.
Could we be dealing with Klingon mercenaries?
Possible.
Yeah, we could.
I don't think like I said, I don't think we're going to find the answers here. Let's see if we can figure out where that probe sent its distress signal to. That might give us some answers once we track it down. I have a report.
So I will make you make a roll for that, but I'll just tell you what you find on that. You guys spent a better part of the next few days analyzing the rest of the probe, also repairing the depot station, and with the data you get from the probe, you find that the probe sent out a message to essentially a mesh network of other probes that were in essentially forming a sensor grid, detecting vessels coming in and out of the essentially the system that the depot is in, the Vasuda system.
So the probe's distress signal went to basically a net of them and eventually led us here.
The probes were spread out across like roughly about 10 light years, and they were they're technically larger than probes. They're the size of a runabout, and they have had like sophisticated sensory equipment, and they were essentially monitoring vessels coming in and out of this area. They were kind of watching who was passing through. And sort of this, ad hoc covert sort of sensor grid.
Hmm. Oh, nothing we can follow up on unless we want to go hunt cloaked probes. Which would
Right.
be almost a zero-sum game because they could be anywhere. Well,
Yes.
could we use that comnet from the probes to perhaps predict their routes to create something we could use to find the other probes?
I will tell you this: you're going down a wild goose chase rabbit hole with the probes. The probes themselves, all of them they self-destructed. When one went, the rest went. So like you might contact ships in nearby the area. They say, "Oh, we found wreckage of small debris of which adds up similar to what you discovered."
All right. Well, then, with no other leads to follow, we'll finish up here and then go to Gemulon. The Gemulon colony is ordered. Prone will, if we can get a subspace relayed uh, back to Earth, I think he'll report directly to Admiral Layton on this one. Obviously, on an encrypted channel as well.
On screen, you have Admiral Layton on a secure line. What have you discovered, Captain?
We have a problem. The subspace anomaly that we went looking for in the neighborhood colony was a cloaked probe. Looked to be, we have the debris from that one in my cargo bay right now. Looks to be cobbled together from several different species, including the Klingons.
I somehow sense there's more.
There's
Continue,
more of
Captain.
the story. When we found the probe, it sent a distress signal before it self-destructed that led us to the boneyard. It had been sabotaged. Of the five crew assigned to that station, player is looking up his notes so he can remind himself. Of the five crew assigned to Z09 Surplus Depot, we found three survivors. One did not make it. We have the captain, the XO. We have treated them for their injuries. Two more, an Ensign Reyes and a Warrant Officer Garrity, were missing. Their bodies were not found, neither on the station nor in local space. All of their possessions were cleared out of their quarters. I determined that we needed to sit here and secure the station while I asked Admiral Gibson to have Starfleet Corps of Engineers send a repair ship out to get the station, finish the repairs on the depot. While we were doing that, we detected a ship in the depot powering up. We moved to intercept, stuck a tractor beam on it. It was a Shangri-La class ship that was being stolen, so I locked a tractor beam on it. A second Shangri-La class ship decloaked in front of me. captained by a former captain of the Navajo, a Captain. What was her name?
She introduced herself as Marius.
Bias, like M-I-A-S?
Marius. It's Marais. I'm probably
A
saying that.
Captain Nyrus. Former captain of the Navajo, according to her. Civilian clothes.
Yes, Captain Renee Marius. I am familiar with her. Continue with your report, Captain.
I was prepared to, only outnumbered 2-1. I was prepared to stand and fight, not let her leave. That's when the rest of her backup decloaked. A pair of Burrell class Klingon cruisers. I let her go. Being that badly outnumbered, I couldn't risk my ship or my crew on a fight I couldn't win. All 4 vessels cloaked. Once I let her go, I'm sure she changed course after she left, but they were headed towards Zankethi space. I doubt that's where she was really headed, unless she is an idiot. Like I said, we have a problem.
Well, thank you, Captain. For getting to this mission, we will send appropriate. I will have the appropriate vessel sent to the depot to ensure security from now on, as well as appropriate personnel to oversee it. Thank you for cooperation. As soon as captain of the depot is and his first officer are fit for duty, please have them resume their posts and await further orders. You will then be
Well,
cleared to continue on your way to the Gemulon system.
any chance I'll be released to hunt Miss Naris down?
That's all I have for you, Captain. And he closes the channel.
Well, Perone's going to make his, he's going to let Van Dyer, since Van Dyer would have the con, and let Van Dyer do his thing, and he's going to write his report for Admiral Gibson. And send a report to Admiral Gibson and attach his logs, informing them that he will be reported being on way to the Gemulon 5 colony as soon as the depot is secure.
All right, and with that, we'll bring the session to a close.